What's up, guys? We are back with another video. This video will be different, and it was something that I was a little hesitant on if you saw our previous video. But we are going to do our first reaction video. We just love watching this YouTube channel, Jubilee. This particular episode is free range versus strict parents. Is spanking your kids ever okay? Oh, giving opinions already. Okay, let's get started with the video.
Yeah.
Child grows, and as you as a parent train that child, then more freedom should be granted to make their own decisions.
But I don't think we should train our children. I feel like you train a dog and not a kid.
I think train is a good word.
I don't want to train child.
Okay, well I do.
Maryland parents are accused of child neglect after allowing their two kids to walk home alone from a park about a mile away.
When you hear the term free-range parent, what do you think of?
I see a wide range within free-range parenting, but parents that basically let their kids do whatever they want, and I see that as a recipe for disaster.
When I think of a strict parent, I think of someone who might be more concerned with the behavior of the child than the heart of the child.
I actually do consider myself strict.
Sorry,
I want to be emotionally conscious.
I mean, it's true.
That a strict parent is more concerned about the behavior?
Yeah.
Yes.
We've been told by this oppressive, safety-obsessed, terrified society that you can never let your kid do anything on their own, maybe till they're like 36.
It's a luxury to be a free-range parent because there is a certain privilege that goes with that.
Being a strict parent, I think, first of all, I imagine stress. Should be a really fun time of your life. Why follow all these rules when you want to enjoy your kids?
Oh wow.
Hi, I'm Hal Chafee. I have 5 kids. I'm a minister, and we live in Maryland.
I'm Christian. I am a birth and postpartum doula as well as a newborn care specialist. I have one daughter who is 7.
Hi, I'm Jenny Atkins. I have 2 daughters. I'm a health coach, and I wrote a children's healthy cookbook.
My name's Wynn. I live in Los Angeles. I have one child. I'm a chef, restaurateur,
8 children.
author.
I'm Jody, and I'm the CEO
I like that.
of the Madden
I like
House.
how no one is it even
and
like.
I have 8 children, and I'm from LA.
Hi to everybody. I'm Lenore Skenazy. I'm the mother of 2, and I founded the book, blog, and movement Free Range Kids. Surprise.
Okay. We know.
I founded the Free Range Kids movement. I let my 9-year-old ride the subway in New York City by himself. I wrote
God,
a
it is
column,
weird.
and 2 days later I was on the Today Show, MSNBC,
shutting
Fox
herself
News,
out.
and NPR, defending my parenting style. And I started Free Range Kids that weekend as a blog to say, look, I believe in safety. I just don't think that we have to, have a security detail every time we let our kids out of the house.
So can I have my free-range parents on the left and my strict parents on the right?
See you later, free-range parent.
That was the
Children
chair.
should be trusted to make their own decisions.
Children should not be trusted?
No, they don't know anything.
So of course children should make their own decisions. I mean, we're trying to raise
He's
them
like,
to be responsible adults. If they don't make decisions, they'll never learn.
When my child is possibly going to make a bad decision, what I want to do is not tell him it's a bad decision. I think that's the wrong thing to do because then ultimately he's probably going to reject that anyway.
Also, it depends on what we're talking about decisions about. Like if it's
Also, like, what is
bedtime
considered
and you want your
children?
kids to
Like,
be in
what is
bed at
the
8
age
o'clock,
range
I
for
think that
children
is
to
up
making
to
their
you.
decisions? Because
But I remember a time my son
I feel like kids should not make their own decisions because they need guidance.
was 10 at the time, and he said, Mom, can I have another piece of banana bread? I thought, I felt bad because, of course, that's a very simple decision. They expected that I was the one to decide almost everything about what they were eating and doing, and I felt like there was something wrong, and that actually started me reevaluating things. And can they climb the tree? Just let them climb the tree.
And what's the worst that can happen? They break an arm?
Right, yeah.
Oh well.
Oh well, yeah.
they break an arm, oh well. Ain't you gonna be paying the hospital bills for that? Like,
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I mean, I get it, letting their kids like
That's funny.
learn from their mistakes, but dude, if you already know that climbing a tree is dangerous, why would you let your kid do that, you know?
Well, for my kid specifically, she can go outside and play after school, and she can draw, and she can do whatever.
Yeah,
but
like, they
there is
act
a
like
very healthy
strict parents don't
boundary.
let them have fun.
Like, we don't have the type of health care that most people have. So, like, no, you can't
Yeah.
climb the
Yes.
tree. If it's like, oh,
That
I
is
want to
the
play
reason, too,
violin anymore.
sometimes.
But it's like, you can't, you're not allowed to quit things that you start, because even as an adult, you become a flaky adult.
Well, you see so many parents nowadays who just like bend to every whim of their child. Children should be trusted to
Yes.
make their own decisions when it is wise for them to make their own decisions. You know, I'm not going to let my 5-year-old decide that he's not going to brush his teeth anymore, because he doesn't. You know, as the child grows and as you as a parent train that child, then more freedom should be granted to make their own decisions.
But I
it
don't
should
think
be
we
a
should
training.
train our children. I feel like you train a dog and not a kid.
I think train is a good word.
I don't want
You're
a
like-
trained child.
Okay, well I do.
I want
I
a
want my- I
child
want my
who
child
has
to be trained,
creativity
to be
and
respectful.
maybe.
Okay.
She's taking the
She's
definition
being a
way-
little. She's being extra.
She's doing the most.
She really is doing the most. She's taking it to heart, kind of.
In a
Like,
way,
because-
you should let your kids grow and figure out stuff for themselves.
No, yeah, of course. Like, you can't do. There's a point where you gotta stop doing everything for them, and
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes free range parents, like, not that they do things for them, because it obviously sounds like they let them do whatever they want, but are you teaching them how to do laundry?
Common sense, basically.
Yeah, common sense, because you know they're not gonna be with you forever, and
Yeah, I'm not saying it has to be like me.
Do you think you need to train them to be respectful, or do you think that you guide
Yes.
them in a way to learn to be respectful because of the decisions
Guide,
they've
train,
chosen?
Both.
both. Yes, I like that answer. Both.
I try to be as biblical as I can when it comes to parenting. I know a lot of people would disagree on that, but I have
yes.
5 kids and I do my best
We
to
literally
follow
just
it. I've found
disagreed
so
on it
much
by looking
wisdom.
at each other.
It's worked.
I don't really follow rules, even if it's a theory of free-range
No rules, no
parenting per
structure.
se. If you're following those free-range parenting rules, then you become strict. And I don't think that there should be rules. It should be whatever the day brings.
Yeah, because everybody knows that a society without rules is amazing.
Is great. Like, you know that there are laws, right? So you're basically allowing your kids to just see the world as, I can do whatever I want, and there's no consequences for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. Like, you know, are you disciplining them?
Yes, that is the main.
And then it just defeats the whole purpose. Like, but you said I could do whatever I want.
Yep. And then after that, it's like,
If
so what do you want? You
it
know, you're
backfires.
confusing them.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to continue the video, but that's what it's all about, is discipline, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kids deserve privacy.
Nope.
At a certain
just
age,
kidding.
at a certain age, I feel like they do.
Yes, at a certain age, there is a point where there does need to be privacy.
Yes.
Because, yeah.
But you know, when I started to act up, they obviously put a stop to that real quick. But
Yeah, I think my parents did a good job of giving me the privacy when I did start going through the puberty years and stuff and becoming a teenager and all that. I definitely feel like they gave that to me, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Gotta be
wait,
specific.
Oh, wait, we have a straggler.
Actually, I
Even
don't
though they're
know.
not adults, they're still people, and they need time to either hear their thoughts or process things, or just they need a sense of comfort in solitude and things that are sacred to them.
So I don't have any teenagers yet. There's no way.
Just wait.
There's no way.
Maybe my opinion will change.
I mean, there's no way that I'm not going to have access to their cell phone. That's not going to happen.
Exactly.
But if they want time alone, I think that's fine, and they should have that, and it's healthy
Yeah.
to do that. The reason I hesitated is because I think back to my childhood. There were things that happened sometimes that can last with you for the rest of your life. You know, people can be abused online now. So when I have
Yes.
that parent spidey sense of something's not right here, and my kid's can like, no, you can't have my cell phone. Yes, I can.
Yeah, exactly.
In our household, we live by this kind of thought. Live your life in such a way that if everyone could see what you're doing in private, that you wouldn't be ashamed. So my kids also look through my phone. Privacy is not something a child should be entitled to have. Do we give our kids quiet downtime? Yes. Am I looking through all their stuff? No.
I actually agree with the definition of downtime and privacy. At my house, there's no privacy because you don't pay any bills. She also trusts me in a relationship where she trusts me that even if she came to tell me like there's no yell, I don't yell and I don't scream and I don't do anything like that. We're very open, but there is no privacy.
So I just wanted to put in a plea, though, for some privacy. You know, I go around and I talk about free-range kids, and sometimes what I ask the audience is to tell me when something did go wrong. And I asked them, did you tell your parents? What do you think they said? No.
Of course they
Why do
said
you think
no.
they said it?
Fear.
Fear of what?
Being in trouble,
You think it's trouble. They said they didn't want their freedom taken away.
I think it's important, though, that we hold our kids accountable.
It's true.
Because in the world,
I would say
there
for
are
me, it was
plenty
always
of
fear.
adults who are not
So
held
scared of
accountable,
getting in
who've
trouble.
never been held accountable, and they just do things that are terrible.
But most of childhood is little things, and you don't have to be there for everyone, because that's when kids start realizing, I can handle this.
She literally sounds like the teacher teaching these parents how to be better parents.
She does. I mean, she did write a book, so.
Yeah, her blog. Read it. She shouted herself out.
She sure did.
When you hear the term free-range parent, what do you think of?
Privilege,
Yeah.
the ability to just do things without any repercussions or consequences.
Yeah.
As a Black person or a person of color, we sometimes just don't have the privilege to allow our children to be free range. Although I would love for her to be free spirited and just do and be, she can't because Black kids get murdered in the street.
Parents should be.
The cultural background does, like, you know, come into place, and parents of color are more strict and they're more on their kids because they want us to do better. But what I was gonna say was something that my dad always told us, is that, you know, colored kids have to work harder in life. Parents should be parents, not friends.
I don't know.
No, this is actually hard for me. My job is not to be my kid's friend, it's to be their parent. But I don't think that is mutually exclusive of not being their friend either, if that makes any sense. But I prioritize, right, being the parental unit.
Me and my mom, I would say that she's my best friend. But like as a child, she was my mom. And I hope to have that type of relationship with my daughter. But right now, I'm the parent and you're the child, because I don't want you to lose respect for me. Like, I'm not gonna go clubbing with my daughter. Like there's just some things that I'm just not gonna do that I do with my friends, and I'm not gonna do with my kid.
Like, you know, all crazy. Like, I wouldn't never do it, go overboard or anything like that. Like, maybe have a drink or two.
I agree that I'm their mom first, but I'm also their friend. I'm also someone that they trust and admire, and they come to, and I listen to them and I give them my opinions, and we have forged a friendship, but it's not without my position as the authority in their life, their provider, their comfort, their mama.
In my mind, once my kids are 18, or let's just say moved out of the house, they are an adult. And at that point, I want to stop parenting. If I haven't parented enough by the time they're 18, then that was my chance. I don't want to be a parent after 18. And when it comes to clubbing, I hope that when my kid is old and grown up and they're going out for a beer at a bar or whatever they're doing, of course I want to come with them.
But here's the thing, I just understand the other side of that is that we never stop growing up. I mean, man, I don't have parents. I wish I did. There's some times where I wish I could just ask for help. I mean, my grandmother just passed away in May. And I remember
Oh my gosh.
just feeling like, what am I gonna do? And that was not a friend moment. That was me hiding like a little child on her lap, weeping and crying and needing that.
You,
I guess
you
I
are
don't
going
want
to do
that.
that. No, you're going to do that. If your kid comes to you, I'm sure you will.
Of course. I guess I just want this.
Right.
You know, I want them to be very independent.
Right. But you can be
strong, and
very
I don't want
independent.
them to feel-
She's super independent.
Yeah, for sure.
With your own mother, do you have a mother? And if you do, do you ever just need your mama sometimes? Do you ever just
really.
need to like
No.
get hugged or have like
I
the
speak
love
to
and
her like
comfort?
she's my friend
Okay.
now. And I think I spoke to her as my friend when I was growing up as well. Because she never She didn't parent. I had no rules.
That's what she's like that.
No, yeah, I mean,
when you talk about
once that parenting style starts, it's probably not gonna stop because as she said, she grew up with no rules. She doesn't know what life is like with rules, so that's why it would always continue.
Just kidding.
And that explains a lot. When you talk about your philosophy, it's really a first-hand account where maybe some of the rest of us are like exploring how we might want to parent.
Right, but we all raise
That's like a nice way of saying that's why you are
the way you are.
children probably according to a little bit of how we were raised.
What we know, what we wished had been different,
Yeah.
and then there's so many societal influences.
Growing up without the security of knowing who I was and knowing that I was dearly loved and cherished by my mother and father was soul crushing for me. As a mother, I have the opportunity to raise up a new generation of healthy, whole individuals who are able to go forth and create new families of their own and be a light in this world. And that's really what my hope is with my children.
Spanking your child is an acceptable form of punishment.
Uh-oh.
Hell yes.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to get involved at all. Yeah. Do we have to?
We don't have to do it at all.
Wow, that's so funny. I like how he's the only one who was there.
We don't have to, you guys don't have to participate in the conversation whatsoever.
But is it going to show our position, like standing back or sitting?
We do.
Wow, she's scared.
Why is she scared?
She's scared.
Then people can walk forward, but if you don't want to participate in the conversation whatsoever, you don't have to.
Well, yeah, so I'm kind of saddened that nobody else walked forward because not only do I think it's an acceptable form of punishment, but I think it's one of the best. And the reason is because it's effective, it's quick, it's over, it's done, and the kids.
It sounds like he's assassinating him.
Sit in a corner or languish in a room or something like that. It's not about getting angry. I'm mad. I'm gonna whack my kid. No, it's about okay. You did something you weren't supposed to do, and you're going to get spanked for this.
There's also boundaries to that, though. You know.
There is, yeah. I honestly don't know if I agree with it or not because I don't know. I just don't know if I would personally do it. I don't know if I could do it. Like he said, there is a boundary to it. Like,
any of my disagreeers who wish to step forward to talk about this, please do. If you wish not to step forward, you don't have to.
Wow. Why are they there? They're not there to talk.
The specific anecdote I have is for my child is one time, like, you know, as a parent, you can lose your patience, and that happens. We would just kind of like slap him on the hand when he did something, like, don't do that, don't do that.
You snapping him?
And I remember one time he did something, and he started to become more self-aware, and he started hitting himself on the hand and hitting himself. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't go down this path for him. This is not going to work for, at least specifically for him. And I think it's a case-by-case basis too. Like, you know, you've led your kids in a way that hopefully he doesn't lash out in the real world. I don't want him to react like that to someone else either. And I just feel like that's my responsibility. So.
Yeah, and you know, I hear that opponents to spanking will say, I don't want my child to be violent.
Yeah.
I'm not violent.
I have 5 kids, 10 and under, and the exact opposite is true.
Because do you think it's a bad memory for them?
What's that?
Do you think that they're going to have memories of these times being spanked and that it will be
sure, and I think
something
they'll be
that
thankful for it.
Yes.
Yes.
I am thankful for it.
that is so funny that she's trying to make it seem like it's
Like he's the bad guy or something.
bad guy, violent, traumatized, everything.
Yeah, like he's such like a huge villain. Like,
And like I said,
Yeah.
she's making it seem like his kids are probably traumatized. They're probably not. He's probably not like hitting them that hard or doing
she
that
makes
much.
it seem like he hits them so hard that he like destroys them.
I think it's because like she's thinking of worst case scenario, and honestly, I don't think that's the case here whatsoever. Because this dad obviously seems, you know, right on top of everything. You know, like he knows where his kids stand with them, and I'm sure his kids know where they stand with him. Like, you know what I mean? But
being spanked, and that it will be
sure, and I think
something
they'll be
that
thankful for it. I would do because I
would be lying if I said I never have spanked my child. Of course but I don't feel good about it.
Yeah.
Don't you want to raise your child to not want to do things because they feel as if they'll be a better person, not because they're going to be punished for it?
Yeah, both. See, this is hard for me to understand because I come from a culture where everyone, like all my friends have loving parents that spank them as kids. And now they've grown up to be great functional, well-functional adults who respect their parents and are glad their parents spanked them.
Okay, I'm just gonna say my view. So I don't spank my child, one, because of child slavery. I have a mother who spanked me. I'm not glad that I was spanked. I respect her, but I'm not happy about that.
Of course you're not happy.
Also the same thing with the people who are like, I was spanked, I came out great. They usually have like anger issues, they're violent, they whoop their own kids, they probably need therapy. Usually they don't even realize how
anger issues,
emotionally fucked up they are.
Anger
You
issues.
gotta understand, parenting is more than just I spank or I don't spank.
Yeah.
If you're a terrible parent and you think that spanking is gonna fix your kid, you're wrong.
I sometimes fear I'm raising my children the wrong
who
way.
doesn't, you know?
I feel like everyone would feel that way.
Yeah. Okay.
I think part of parenting is always worrying. I mean, as hard as I try to do the right things, you know, there's always doubts in your mind that you've done something wrong.
I love to tell parents, especially new ones, that we're all winging it.
Well,
We're
yeah.
making mistakes
No one's
every
ever
day,
prepared to have
but
a
the good
kid.
thing about it is that our kids still love us. They still look at us like mommy and their
Or
eyes.
friend. Right. Club buddy.
So like parenting is literally just like one huge ass experiment.
That's a nice expression.
You know?
Parenting is one huge ass
she's
experiment. Right. People think that I have the answer because I wrote Free Range Kids and I run this Let Grow, and all I can say is that believing in your kids, you know, believing in them, whether you give them a timeout or you're spanking them, believing that your kids have this capacity for being a decent human being and they're going to make mistakes, they're going to be okay. That's what kids
They
want.
do, yeah. They want your approval more than anything.
So,
Oh, yeah.
first of all,
I'm
I
one of those
think that
kids.
parents are too hard on themselves. And you know what? Ultimately, your children are going to make their own decisions. For me, I don't wonder about whether or not I'm raising my kids right, because I try to raise my kids according to what the Bible says. That I fall short fulfilling all the time, but I look to it as my guide. And so just a few simple guidelines, if you follow and you love your kids, you care about them, and you spend time with them, then ultimately they're going to be okay.
I just love my kids so much, and I
Lucky
give
them.
them 110%. One of the neat things that I'm giving my kids that's a little bit different is a mother and father who are married and faithful
That's
to
true.
one another, which I didn't have that. And so it makes me feel really good that I'm giving them that. I know that I'll never just be totally set in my ways and be unwilling to change and to become a better mother. So I will never give up growing myself.
The one piece of
That's what I
parenting
say.
advice I give everyone is don't listen to all the
Definitely.
advice, because the beautiful thing about parenting is not what you're teaching your child, but sometimes what you're learning with your child.
I think we all just want the same things.
Yeah,
Everybody
learning
wants-
with your kid because you're
Yeah. Let them learn from your mistakes and let them learn from their mistakes, you know?
yeah.
just want the same things. Everybody wants their children to be confident and secure in their love.
It's just a lot of fun to have kids, and
There's so many insecure people out there, man. It's like, and sometimes it falls on the parents because they never reassure their kids that you're doing the best you can, you're doing a great job. Like, you know, there's no reassurance that your kid's this special person.
I always tell people, I said, if you want to be a happier person, have more kids, because kids are just so much fun.
I mean, I'm gonna have Is that it?
Yes.
Embrace empathy.
Okay guys, that was the video and you got to hear our responses, our opinions about it. We may not be the best people to hear about it just because we aren't parents, but I just think that we have a good idea of what kind of parent we would like to be when we get to that point in our lives.
I mean, we're not parents, but we're kids. We have parents.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are the kids of parents, so that I guess that makes sense. Cause I mean,
kids' point of view.
Kids' point of view, yeah. Young adults' point of view. I mean, cause we are young adults, and
yeah, we are 50.
That is it for this video. This was our first reaction video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and let us know what you think about the video or about what we said. You know, you can always let us know about what you guys think. And like we said before, you know, we do have interesting conversations, and I think that's why we like watching these middle ground videos, because, you know, they have really good conversations about things, and we like to hear different opinions and stuff. So let us know your opinions down in the comment section below, and we will see you guys soon, so stay tuned.
Yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Oh God, we're already doing it. Ew!
Oh, I forgot, only for her.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, we'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, see ya. Peace. Say goodbye, Vegeta.
Vegeta, our new family member.